Hey everyone, my name's Amanda. Thanks for watching my channel, and it's Friday. So today I made breakfast for my family. I made gluten-free French toast and regular French toast for everyone else. I'm gluten-free, so I make stuff for myself that's gluten-free that I can enjoy. And it turned out so delicious. It was such a treat. I love when I can make breakfast for my family on days when we're all together in the morning. I wanted to make some ribs. I love when we have ribs when it's summertime, and I'm going to be making them in my Ninja Foodi Possible Cooker Pro. I am using some homemade chicken stock that I made, some Sweet Baby Ray sauce. My husband also picked up a tangy sauce from Aldi's, brown sugar, salt, granulated garlic, and also some onion powder, salt, and cayenne and paprika. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm definitely wearing my apron today because this is going to be a messy kind of meal. One of those meals that's like finger licking kind of good. I like to make mine with a dry rub, so we're going to start off with a half cup of brown sugar. Add 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, a half teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can add more if you want a little more heat. I have kids, so I have to be very careful for how much heat I add into my meals. Now give it a good mix so everything is incorporated nicely for this mixture. Now that we have our dry rub made, we can go ahead and start preparing our ribs. You can start by removing the membrane from the bone side of the ribs. You don't have to. This just helps it to where it will absorb more flavor and cook evenly. But we're cooking ours in the Ninja Foodi Possible Cooker Pro, and mine I felt did not look so bad. I got these from Costco. I do like getting my ribs from Costco. I want to say this was $3.49 a pound, and there were 3 slabs of rib from them. So I was able to cut them up into 2 meals for my family, which is perfect. So we're just going to take the dry rub that we mixed all together and just rub it on each side of the ribs. I like to add a lot more of the dry rub on top, so that way it really gives more flavor. I like to add more of the dry rub where it's more meat, and this works out really perfect with the flavor. Here's how they look with the dry rub on top. We're going to go ahead and start setting our Ninja up. We're going to put it on the slow cooker setting. So we're going to hit power, slow cooking. We're going to put it on low, and we're going to cook it for 7 hours and then hit start. I am adding 2 cups of homemade chicken stock. I really like making this. It's really easy. I will link a video on how I do this, and I actually make it from using the bones from the rotisserie chicken from Costco. It works out so perfect. Just go ahead and start placing your ribs in the Ninja Foodi Possible Cooker Pro. Now, I know they're not going to be submerged in the liquid, all 3 of them, which is perfectly fine. What you can do is find throughout your 7 hours, take time to flip them. So I rotate mine every maybe 2 hours or so. Depends on when I can get there, especially juggling all 3 kids. Now we're just going to go ahead and put the lid on, and we're going to let it cook for the 7 hours. But in the meantime, we are actually going to go play some Uno and do some family games and things like that and have fun. We've all been having a great time playing Uno, and I wanted to make a snack because we're all starting to get kind of hungry. So I took the other half of watermelon that we had a few days ago, and I'm using my daughter's favorite balsamic glaze. That's a strawberry balsamic glaze that we get from Aldi's, and it's so delicious. So we're going to start by cutting up some watermelon, and I actually want to try making some star-shaped watermelon because I've seen people do it. It looks easy, but it was actually really tricky. Maybe I needed some smaller cookie cutters the shape of stars to do this, but it was still fun. I absolutely love getting watermelon in the summer. It really does nice for snack time. And I feel like I can get quite a bit of snack out of it for everyone. So it just works out really perfect. I love feta. Feta is such a must in my house. And so we're also going to add the feta to the watermelon and try to do some star shapes too with it. Plus my kids really love feta, so this is a win for me. It's a nice add to the watermelon. This was a lot trickier making the star shapes with the feta compared to the watermelon. It broke apart easily, but it was really cute. I only got 2 stars with the feta cheese, so I just crumbled up the rest of it all over top. It was really pretty though, and extremely tasty. If you haven't tried feta on watermelon, it is definitely something you should try. We go through blueberries so fast when we get them, especially if they're fresh. They don't last long. I like to stock up on frozen blueberries or any kind of frozen fruit, really, to be honest with you. Especially having kids, they go through fruit so fast. So I decided let's just add some frozen blueberries for fun on top of this, because my youngest, he goes nuts over blueberries. And so I really wanted to put some stuff on here that he would like to eat too. I love basil on when I do this mixture like this. It's so tasty. The basil's from my garden, and I love that I have a little section of basil right out my back door on my patio, right by my kitchen. So it's perfect and ideal. I can just go cut some when I want it. Now we're going to go ahead and add the strawberry balsamic glaze that we get from Aldi's. My daughter loves this. It is really good. It's so tasty. It's a perfect thickness for a glaze for balsamic. It's amazing. It's really good. So I just go ahead and drizzle that all over top. And I decided to add some strawberries. So I had some already thawing earlier, and my daughter was like, you know what, let's add some strawberries to it too. And I was like, perfect. And everyone will love them. So I added the strawberries as well. It turned out extremely tasty. It didn't last long. I wish I would have made another one because it really went fast and it was a really big hit with my kids. My kids love fruit a lot. So do I. We all love feta cheese, and I love when I get to add the basil to it from my garden, especially when it's in season and it's fresh and it's just right out my back door. I love that I can literally go grocery shopping in my backyard for stuff that I'm cooking with. It was so tasty. Everyone loved it. It was such a nice treat for our hot day. There's 2 hours and 58 minutes left, and it smells amazing right now. But I want to go ahead and rotate the ribs. That way the ones that are on the bottom will be on the top. That way the ribs aren't extremely dry. It's perfectly fine to go ahead and rotate them. If you're home, you can do that. Here's the sauce that I really love. I love Sweet Baby Ray sauce. It's gluten-free, it tastes amazing, and we're gonna go ahead and drizzle some on top of the ribs. That way it gives a little bit more flavor, and I'll be using this as well at the end when I put them in the oven, but it makes it taste so good. Walmart had some great price on corn. It was 33 cents an ear of corn, and I got 8 of them for $2.64. I'm actually gonna go ahead and cook all of them up. That way we can eat what we want for tonight, have some left over for the next day, because I know we're not going to finish all these ribs tonight, and definitely not all this corn. And then whatever I have left over from the corn, I'm actually going to cut off the cob and then just put into a Ziploc bag and then freeze it. So that way I have it prepped and ready for another night for another meal. And all I have to do is just pull it out and then just microwave it, and it'll be perfect. Of course, add some butter and some salt too, because then it adds some nice flavor to it. The ribs are almost done, so what we're going to do is take a baking sheet, line it with aluminum foil, and we're going to take some Pam spray and spray it down. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get our oven set to 375 degrees because we're going to bake it for 10 to 15 minutes. There was 27 minutes left, but they were definitely done. I didn't want to cook it any longer because I didn't want to dry them out. They look amazing. It smells great. Everyone is so hungry and ready to eat. So we're going to get these onto the baking sheet. I was trying to find like the easiest way to get them out of the Ninja Foodie Possible Cooker Pro and onto the baking sheet without breaking apart the ribs. I was having a hard time with the spatula and the tongs. So then I decided, all right, I'm gonna try a different set of tongs, which they were really small. And then I decided, okay, that's not working. So we're gonna go with both tongs, and that worked a lot easier. So I just didn't want them to break apart. They were really pretty looking. They look so great. So I'm going to do one slab with the Carolina barbecue sauce, light and tangy sauce that my husband got from Aldi's because I know he wants to try that out. So I'm going to do one just for that for him. And then the other two, I'm going to do the Sweet Baby Ray sauce because that's my favorite. And I know my kids will devour that rather than the tangy one. So I'm doing two with the Sweet Baby Ray sauce. And our oven is ready, being preheated at 375 degrees. So we can go ahead and put these in, and we're going to bake for 10 to 15 minutes. That way the sauce really stays put onto the ribs, and it's so good that way. I am also going to go ahead and heat up some Bush's baked beans because I thought this would go very well with our dinner. The ribs are done. I only let them cook for a good 13 minutes because it looked perfect on the top. But look how tasty those look. Oh, I love making ribs. I really love ribs a lot. I even love making ribs too sometimes and actually using pineapple juice and pineapple chunks in it. And that makes it so tasty with the brown sugar. But this time I kept it more of a traditional, and it was a big hit. The kids loved it. There was a lot left over, so we definitely had it the next day. We actually had it for lunch, which was perfect. So it was fun because then I did kind of like finger foods on the kitchen counter, and we were all able to just kind of come and eat as we wanted. It was a rainy day, so we did more board games, and it worked out perfect having it for lunch. Dinner turned out to be so delicious, and I know the kids cannot wait until they get to see what we're going to have for dessert.
Green, blue, and purple. I mean, red.
It's red and blue.
Yeah.
I like it. Yum! Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye guys. Not a lot. Perfect. Thank you. Yum!